Hello, besties. Welcome to Martini with Eddie, your ultimate destination for everything Bravo. Join me as we spill the tea, dissect the drama, and uncork the juiciest gossip from your favorite reality TV shows. And it's been quite a crazy weekend for Bravo and Bravo fans, especially Real Housewives of New Jersey fans. I want to start the show by mentioning that over the weekend, uh, we all know this because it's been out in the Bravo sphere. Um, on Friday night, Teresa had a party called Tipsy Tulum, kind of like inspired like in Mexico and stuff like that. Like Tulum, right? Like very beachy and stuff like that. Um, but what was the big news about the party was that it seems like Danielle and Jen got into it, and the Bravo streets talk real fast, so we found out what the big issue was, right? It seems like there were some allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because we haven't seen the full picture here, so I want to make sure that you guys listen because I'm gonna share with you everything I know as far as like what I had read, what I had heard from people. So we are clear. This is all alleged until the episode airs. Hopefully, Bravo does air this because I think as viewers we need to know the truth. And it seems like this has been boiling for a while. This is not just now. It seems like Jen and Danielle have had some issues. Danielle seems to have changed from the Danielle from last season. Um, so she had made some comments. She had said a couple of stuff that he might not have sit well with Jen in the past while filming, and everything boiled to this point, right? Based on what I heard on a different podcast, uh, it seems like um, they were having a conversation. Danielle was, invading Jen's space, right? She was asking Jennifer to tell her what Jen wanted to tell her, and Jen was trying to avoid this conversation as much as she could, right? But for what I heard, Danielle got Jen to tell her what she wanted to, and it's the fact that allegedly Danielle uses charity to pay herself. It seems like she makes all these like charity events, and a big portion of it goes to her pocket, allegedly. This is all alleged, right? This is not the first time that I heard this comment. This is not the first time that I heard this rumor. I heard this back in the summer, but we didn't talk about it because rumors were out there. And at one point, they were going to go into the show, and it made its way to the show. Danielle didn't like the fact that Jennifer told her that, when she asked her and invaded her space, right? Jennifer pushed her back because when she asked her to move away, she continued to like get close to her, right? And Jennifer pushed Danielle away from her. To what Danielle decided to react by grabbing the drink that she had in her hand. This is how I understand it. She had a drink in her hand, right? She went and charged towards Jennifer's face, hitting her ear. Jennifer was wearing an abdo, right? And some like dangling earrings. When she hit Jennifer's earrings, poof, the earring hit Jennifer. And also the plastic cup shattered, causing bruises and cuts in her ear area. To the point that even her ears, the inner side of the ear, was bleeding, right? That's where the whole blood came to be. It seemed like the inside of her ear was bleeding after the impact of the glass hitting also the heavy dangling earrings. After this, it seems like Bravo got worse of this situation. They have a new rule where they need to investigate what happened to be able to proceed filming. Both got put on pause for a couple of days while the investigation was happening, based on, once again, what was leaked this week. It seems like they are filming again, and we know that because as we speak right now, as we are talking right now, Danielle is having her relaunch of Bougie Kids or whatever. And I was watching the video, and I'm like, this event looks so cheap. It looks like it was decorated with Party City items, like so cheaply made. So it looks like a birthday party for like kids. It doesn't seem like it's like a brand relaunching. Honestly, Danielle with this whole bougie thing, I don't know. It doesn't look like she has like that business women like mentality, because if you want to relaunch your brand, you want to make sure that the brand translate with the events. And if you go to Instagram, there are videos right now. There is a lot of information out there, and honestly, I do not like the decoration. I mean, it doesn't have to be done in a way like it's like super expensive, but if you want to create a brand that's going to represent who you are, and it's going to, you're going to try to make a profit out of it, the best way to do that is by making sure that if you have the platform to showcase it like Danielle has, like it's a whole show that is watched by millions of people, maybe she should stop buying the decoration items at Party City, right? But this whole saga is going to continue over the next couple of weeks, because I'm pretty sure they are going to have to talk about this whole fight at Teresa's party. Obviously now Bravo is really on top of physical altercations and violence and alcohol drinking and mental health and stuff. I appreciate that, though. I do think that many times Bravo has pushed the limits when it comes to physical contact, but there has to be also some reality behind production. Kind of like micromanaging their behavior is not the way. But if somebody gets into a physical, in any form of assault, that person should be removed from the show. I am shocked that Danielle is still on the show after what happened, because it was not just Teresa flipping a table, because some people keep comparing all this stuff. But we need to have an understanding of aggressive reaction to intention, right? Yes, Teresa flipped the table, but she didn't hurt no one, and her intention was not hurting anyone. She simply flipped a table, and that was it. Then people were saying that Jennifer tossed a knife at Melissa, but once again, intention. Melissa was literally across from Jennifer. If Jennifer's intention was to stab Melissa with a knife, or like hitting her with the knife, she can easily toss it and hit her right in the face. She just tossed it on the table to get her attention. Once again, the glass breaking, when she broke the glass, she was not like trying to stop anyone with it. She just broke it to the table, and they kept talking. The same can be said about Melissa trying to have a moment and flipping the cheese. People, she flipped the table, she could have hurt someone. Oh, Jennifer broke the glass, she could have hurt someone, even though that's not her intention. Well, guess what? Melissa flipped a freaking tray of cheese. Maybe her intention was not hurting somebody, but maybe a piece of cheese, hit somebody's eye, right? So that's the same process of like thought. I'm not saying that Melissa is aggressive. I don't think Melissa was trying to hurt no one, but she reacted in a violent way. her intention was not to hurt anyone. The same thing in the same uh, um train of process can be done to Teresa's table flipping and Jennifer's knife tossing to the table to get Melissa's attention. But that was not the same as Danielle holding a glass, a cup, because it was not glass, it was a cup, like a cocktail cup, and hitting Jennifer on her ear while holding the cup herself. So, that hurts. That hurts because it's like slapping somebody. You know, you have the weight of your hand, and you add that weight of your hand with an item. I mean, put one and one together. So I'm not happy with the result of the investigation. I'm not happy with the fact that Danielle continues to be on the show, because if you watch all reality TV shows, if you remember America's Next Top Model, somebody hit somebody in the face with the head with a head bomb, and that person got eliminated. Many people in reality TV shows have been removed for simply touching someone in a violent way. I'm not expecting this to be done on every single housewife, but there has to be limits. And this time the limit was pushed too much. And honestly, Danielle went from being one of my favorite additions to the show to one of my least favorites. And I'm not saying this just because she switched teams. I don't care about the switching team part. I don't care if she became friends with Melissa, because they've been filming for a while and we've been known about this. We knew that she changed team. We know that she likes to hang out with Margaret and Rachel and Melissa and all this stuff. And she's like talking to Melissa about Jackie and all this stuff. So yes, I don't care about the switching team. But when there is an act of violence, when somebody is hurt, then I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I don't care about you. Remove this person from the show. And I had said that in the past many times when there is this type of situation. Last season on Potomac, when Mia poured the whole glass on Dr. Wendy, my reaction was remove her from the show. I don't care for Mia. Since then, I have not cared for her, and I will not care for Mia ever again. Because when you cross that line, it just becomes too kind of like a very hostile work environment. Yes, you can say whatever you want to say. Yes, you can toss your hands in the air or like finger pointing or whatever. Yes, that is completely fine because we all do it. But even if we do something, anything like that in any job that you have, in any work environment, you will get fired. So that's just my reaction. I know that some people think that I'm being biased. Yes, I am. I don't care. But I have been consistent when it comes to aggressive reactions and when it comes to violence with an intention. And this time, it was not just an aggressive reaction, this was a violence with intention to hurt someone. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, and I want to know what you guys think. Also, from New Jersey, I want to share something with you guys. I'm actually very happy with the fact that Teresa, Jennifer, and Jen Fessler seems to be supporting Jackie 100%. Words on the street is that last night at Jackie's book launch in Richwood, New Jersey, Teresa, Jennifer, and Jen Fessler stayed with her the whole entire event. Melissa arrived for like 10 minutes and left. This is, on the lines that Jackie has had a fallout with some of the ladies, specifically with Margaret. She was on What Will Happen Live last night, and she said that the least favorite person at the moment is Margaret. And I'm happy that finally someone is waking up, because I'm not a fan of Margaret myself. I think she's a big part of the problem, if it's not the biggest part of the problem, because I do believe I mean, I'm not defending Joe Gorga or Melissa Gorga. I do not like Joe Gorga whatsoever. I think he is a misogynistic person. I think he it's not to be trusted, but that's just my opinion and that's how I see it. But I do believe if Margaret was not in the picture, maybe just maybe the Gorgas and Teresa will be in a more cordial way. I think Margaret has been fed more anger and more resentment from the Gorgas to Teresa. I think she's a big part of the problem, and she's always been I don't know. She looks like that type of person that will smile at your face and then literally turn around and talk shit about you in a very nasty way. That's what I think about her. I think she's not to be trusted either. So I'm happy that the Jackie is starting to wake up. I gotta see how that happens next season because it was very sudden. I don't understand why Jackie decided to be upset with Margaret. I want to know what it is, and it's supposed to be something about the book. I'm reading the book. I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook. I want to make sure that I can do it quick so I can give you guys a general idea about it. I know there is a segment about Teresa and Jackie. Jackie said, like, like you have to wait until the book comes out to know what it is. I want to know what it is. I wonder if she is painting Teresa in a good light or a bad light. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I will definitely, bring all the tea to you guys and give you my review because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have time to read those books, and I take my job very seriously when it comes to the Bravo stuff. Okay, let's talk about New York a little bit. I think New York is having a great season. Once again, I keep saying, if you're not watching New York, go watch it because we are heading towards the end of the season pretty much. They just filmed the reunion. It seems like Andy was really happy with it. The ladies are starting to talk on social media, like little bits to kind of give you an idea of how the reunion went. And Bravo seems to be happy with the new reboot. I don't know why some fans are still stubborn about them. Obviously, a first season is always going to be a little slower than other seasons because you are getting to know the new cast. And surprisingly, if you have been paying attention, you know now that each and one of these ladies have different layers and they've been activated from the beginning. This weekend, we saw an argument between Ubah and Erin. And it all happened because of a prank that Erin played on Ubah, and then Ubah got upset, the whole fun thing. And when Ubah confronted Erin, she took Erin's sunglasses and kept them for 45 minutes because that was the time that Erin, kept her phone for, right? And Ubah was not happy. She was pissed off. And Jessel and Bren were driving in a little car with her. They were heading to like a beach party, like a beach bar. And Ubah was so pissed. And I was so shocked to see Bren kind of like making her more upset. I would be so scared to be with an angry driver in a little car that he doesn't even have like doors. It's so weird. I don't want to die. So Brink kept like pouring gasoline to the fire, right? It's interesting though because Ubah has been the quiet one this whole entire season, but for the past 2 episodes we had seen a different side of her, which once again showcased that we are still getting to know how these ladies react to different situations. And Ubah and Erin are really good friends. So when Ubah reacted the way that she did, like by removing the sunglasses and keeping them and being super petty and talking about her behind her back this whole entire time, was hysterical. By the time that they get to the club thing, the beach bar, they were taking shots. They were having a good time, but once again, the whole mood changed as soon as Uva talked to Erin. Even she said that her sunglasses were from Canal Street. I died when she said that. If you are from New York City, you know exactly what she meant. For those who are not from New York City, let me explain to you what that means. Canal Street is well known for selling fake designer items, right? There's people on the streets like hiding in the corner, selling like fake Louis Vuittons or fake Fendi's or fake whatever. That's where people go buy their fake stuff, right? In Canal Street. So that's what she meant. Like what she tried to say was that Erin's sunglasses were fake. Um, Jenna and Erin were not happy with the way that the conversation went. Erin walked away from the table, and Jenna followed her to kind of comfort her. Right? I am very torn in this conversation because I like all of them. Right? So for me to pinpoint where things went south is kind of like weird because I'm like I just like them all, but in this fight, I'm going to take Uba's side, even though I don't agree with keeping Erin's sunglasses for that long. That was unnecessary. Um, but the way that Uba explains why she was so upset with the phone is because her phone, it's the only way that she communicates with her family. She always tell them where she is. She's always messaging them at night or in the morning, and she couldn't do that because Erin was holding her phone as a joke, right? So I'm taking that side. I do believe that the argument went for too long. I mean, they're both adults, and that needed to be resolved in a different way. But it gave us iconic, funny moments. I mean, that Canal Street shade, I think it was freaking hysterical. In the meantime, while Jenna and Erin were like, talking, um, the ladies decided to play some like, I think it's some kind of game on the beach. They have some games or whatever. And some lady told Jenna that she asked her if Brain was her daughter. I was dying laughing. And then Jenna said, like, I'm old, but I'm not that old. And I can feel that. I can feel that in my soul. I felt that. I'm like, Jenna, I got you, girl. I know what you're talking about. I love Jenna. One of the things about Jenna is that I think she keeps everything so down to earth. The way that she speaks, her soft demeanor, even when there's like issues and fights between the girls, she seems to always keep like her head on her shoulders and not like go overboard, which make for a great housewife because she is not kind of like she doesn't like to confront people, but she still speaks her mind in a very soft way, kind of shy sometimes. And we need that on the shows. We need the balance. So she is that person that even though she's still a little shy, she makes sure that she get her point across. Also, I'm a big fan of her fashion sense. I love a housewife who can have just a simple blazer with a little tie and some pearls, like the ones that I'm wearing, and look so chic and stunning. Like she has a confessional look with some glass, with like she's wearing her glasses and her hair down with a black blazer. She looks so fashionable, and personally better than a lot of the housewives that who do all like these costumey looking things, right? Maybe it's just the New York thing. If you come to New York City, you find that look in every single place in the city. You know, that old black, like super chic, not like loud, but it's like a silent chic. It's a silent fashionable way. Um, so yeah, I'm a big fan of Jenna. I'm so sad that she's not going to be at BravoCon. I was hoping to meet her in person and like, say like, hey, you are such a great housewife, but I'm not going to have the opportunity because she's not scheduled to be at BravoCon. That sucks. And BravoCon is around the corner, you guys. It's literally like a month and a couple of days away. We are almost there, and I cannot wait for BravoCon. One of the moments that I want to highlight in this episode is the fact that Jessel made a confession that I was shocked about. She said that she has a checklist about Erin, about every single stuff that she had said to her, the way that she has, behaved around her, because she said like, um, when someone dropped her the wrong way, she started making a checklist. If she's been robbed, you know, like wrong once, it's like goes to her, like mentally. But if it's twice, it goes on the phone. And honestly, that makes me believe that she is prepared for the reunion. She knows what she's doing, and I'm so excited because we need this type of the housewife. They want to keep a checklist on the other ones, right? Um, I love that she said like you don't want to be a fucking Persian rug on the floor for everyone to walk over. Once again, she has been like the biggest surprise of the season. I think most people were going to be fans of Bren or Erin because they have like the bigger personalities. And Jessel came into this season at the beginning kind of like a little awkward. And just talking about her and her husband not having sex for like 2 years, right? But as the season evolved, she evolved with the show, and she became such an amazing cast. I think she has become one of the fan favorites. Obviously, Bren, it's just out of this world funny, and Erin is like the one who's creating the most drama in within the group, and obviously Jenna is an icon in the fashion world. But Jessel was unexpectedly, you know, amazing. I was so shocked to see how these women who we had no idea about came on this show and little by little became a fan favorite. I'm here for that. And that's what you call, um, you know, somebody who's evolving with the show, right? Um, Watch what happened live that night. Bran was with Tyler Cameron. This guy is so fucking hot, you guys. I'm sorry to say it, but he is so hot. And I hope, Bran and him, did it that night because the chemistry was in the air. Um, some people were saying that Brin was doing the most, but that's what Brin does. I mean, let's just be honest. She is a very sexually sensual, outspoken girl, and I'm here for it. I love her. I'm so happy that she is going to be at one of the tapings at BravoCon that I'm going. Is the Showgirls. If you are going to BravoCon, you know that there is four BravoCon live taping, which is like what a Watch What Happened Live is, right? It is That's the thing. They just changed the name to BravoCon Live instead of Watch What Happened Live. I'm going to two of those. I'm going to the one for Charming House Rules, which is Southern Charm, Southern Hospitality, Vanderpump Rules, and Summer House and Winter House, all on the same stage. And the drama for that one, I'm so excited because as we know, Lindsay and Carl didn't get married. The scandal still going, and now we have in Southern Charm the whole Taylor, Olivia, Shep, and Austin dynamic that is going to take over this season, right? But on Sunday, there's one called Showgirls. And Andy said that obviously Brent is going to be there. and she's gonna be joined by Sutton, Lisa Barlow, Sonia, and more. So it's going to be a fun taping, and I'm excited to be there. So you better watch my spaces, watch my Twitter, my Instagram, my podcast. I'm gonna try to even do a live podcast during BravoCon. I can't promise you that because the you know, bringing microphone and all the stuff on a trip is not easy, but I'm gonna try to bring, a small little kind of like one of those little lapel ones, so I can bring it to the convention, so I can ask questions to the Bravo Lab. So watch my spaces because a lot of content is gonna come straight from BravoCon and live. I know it's going to be hard because I'm gonna be on also, meeting the Bravo Labs, and I'm gonna be excited. It's gonna be a weekend of a lot of events, but I want to make sure that I keep you guys updated with everything that is happening at BravoCon. And like I promised you guys, a lot of exclusive content will be in all my platforms, so keep an eye on those. Talking about exclusive, right? I am working with a Bravolet right now. I'm not gonna say who, to make sure that they can come on my podcast, and we are planning a mini reunion. It's for a Bravo show that is not airing right now, but I'm pretty sure the viewers and the listeners wish they had a reunion, and I'm going to put together this. I know the logistics are gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be an exclusive reunion on my podcast. I'm not telling you what show, I'm not telling you who they are, but just know that it's going to be amazing. Let's move on to the Salt Lake City ladies. This episode, you guys, I don't know if you guys have been following Salt Lake City, but it's definitely giving a new energy. It's having a new vibe. Now that Jen Shah is not on the show anymore, I think the ladies have found a better footing on the show, because like I said before, when Jen was around, I always felt like they were kind of like walking on eggshells around her to make sure that they didn't say anything that will cause some kind of like confrontation or anything like that. The ladies seem to be a little more relaxed, but that doesn't mean that the drama has stopped. With Mary on the show, you guys, I think that it's been amazing. Her commentary is hysterical. I'm just kind of confused for the fact that she doesn't want to engage with the cast too much, and I understand why. She definitely didn't have the best experience before with the ladies when she was a full-time housewife, but I really wish she was more into it. I'm not saying it because she had to pretend to be fake. I'm just saying it because she's such a great reality TV star. I don't think she understands how kind of like made for TV she is, right? And that's okay. Some people don't want to be TV stars. And just because she was in a reality TV show, to be, maybe she wanted the experience and she didn't like the experience, so she's trying to remove herself from it. She's a friend of right now, right? So I guess that give her more opportunities to disengage when it's time to do that. I do wish she was more invested because she would be an amazing full-time snowflake holder. One that is doing it for me though, it's Monica. I'm a big Lisa Barlow fan, huge Lisa Barlow fan. The only reason why I'm okay with the way Monica is kind of like talking to Lisa is because she is activating Lisa. Lisa is not letting it happen. She is not apologizing for anything, and it's giving a good season, right? Obviously, Monica's story is interesting in some kind of way. She was somehow connected to Jen Shah. It makes sense that she was invited to be a full-time housewife. because they probably want to continue this whole Gensha saga on the show, which I'm tired of. Like every time that somebody talks about Gensha on the show, I'm like, can we just move on from this? Like we have a lot of other interesting life on the show, but if we go back to the same storyline from like 2 seasons ago, I'm bored. Um, One of the moments that I was laughing really freaking hard yesterday was when I was watching the show, and there was this gay guy. This I think it's the manager from Trixie Motel. I want to say his name because he actually liked my post. Just one second. I want to give him the proper shout out. He liked my post, and he was hysterical. He shaded NGK, right? David Silver. He is Trixie Motel's manager, I believe, right? And David was, talking to NGK, and Angie was making her own T-shirt. In the previous episode, Meredith made some T-shirts for the girls, and obviously because Angie pretty much crashed the party, she didn't get a T-shirt, right? And Meredith hates NGK. Where this hate came from, I don't get it. I'm still trying to figure it out because, yeah, they might not like each other, but the way they talk about each other seems really hateful. So it has to be something that happened between, they were filming, right? Between they finished last season and this season. Something happened that is making NGK and Meredith hate each other. So David said like, oh, that's so sad. You're making your own shirt. I was dying because leave it to the gay man to give you shade with a big smile. He was like smiling, like he was just saying something like so casual, and he was so shady at the same time. I love that. I loved it. Another thing that is happening on the show is the fact that Lisa and Meredith are trying to rebuild their friendship, but Lisa said that there is still a little bit of like hesitation to like go all the way because she feels like Meredith has this like behavior of like trying to make somebody feel like she has dirt on them, right? She said that she has dirt on NGK, in the previous episode when they were fighting, and she told that to Lisa, and Lisa told that to Whitney, because Whitney also feels the same way when Meredith start talking and she is confronted. She always makes an excuse. That's what Whitney said, right? I'm honestly impressed though that even though there's a lot of drama going on, it seems like they are able to do activities together and finish them without having much issues. This time they went to this park and they were playing some kind of like trust games with like some dude, and that looked fun. Once again, we need those moments because if we are going through a drama 24/7, it just gets so boring and stale. Salt Lake City is thriving right now because it has moments of comedy. And a lot of those moments of comedy are because of Mary. Her confessionals are just freaking hysterical. Hysterical. She decided not to participate on this park activity because she said that she's not a soccer mom anymore, and because her only relationship that she wants and cares about is the one from up there, Jesus. Obviously, the girls weren't very happy with her because they wanted her to interact with them. I mean, I kind of get the point. I mean, Whitney said that why would you come to a group trip if you don't want to be with them or build a friendship or trust with them, right? I see both sides. I understand what Whitney said, but I wonder if Mary was expecting maybe an apology or a real conversation with her instead of just like ignoring what happened in the past, which to me makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you want to move forward, and leave the past behind, you have to make sure that you do the proper, apologies and conversation to be able to do so. So I see both sides at the same time, but I kind of also agree with Whitney because I'm sure that somebody else will at least make the the effort to connect with them, because Mary has always removed herself. Like she removed herself from last episode when NGK invited her to sit with her and Lisa. She removed herself on this episode during the drag show. We will talk about this in a little minute, and also on this trip to the park, and at the end when they went to the bar. The last one though, that was hysterical. That was my favorite one. We'll talk about this in a minute. Stick around. But Whitney decided to take over the trip, and she asked the ladies not to wear makeup. And oh my gosh, hell broke loose when Whitney said that. Lisa was upset because she said that she brought her stylist and makeup artist and glam squad for a reason, because her image is, who she is. That's her image. She wants to protect how she looks on camera or how she looks in a daily. She even said that she uses her glam squad to go to the grocery store. And some people can say that that is so delusional and like entitled or whatever. But that's what we watch the housewife. I don't want to watch housewife that go to Target in sweatpants and sneakers and a t-shirt. I don't care for that. If I want to see that, I can just literally go to my local store. I want to see the out of touch ladies who literally pay 60K a year for a glam squad to go to the grocery store, right? It seems like Monica is not happy with that type of conversation, and I understand why. She seems to be going through a hard time because of the divorce, because she slept with her brother-in-law, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, girl, come on. I mean, you slept with your brother-in-law. That's why you're going through a divorce. It seems like there is a little jealousy under her tone when it comes to Lisa Barlow. I mean, Lisa Barlow does have, her personality. She seems to be a little flashy. She talks about trips and private jets and makeup and stuff like that. And if as viewers you get annoyed with that, maybe you're watching the wrong show. It kind of reminds me a little bit. Um, it kind of reminds me a little bit what is happening in Orange County, where everybody is hating on Heather Dubrow because she's like really rich. It's kind of giving that just from Monica's side. Because I watched the episode, the Watch What Happened Live after the show, and Heather was there, and Heather was like, I don't care for what Lisa says. I mean, that's Lisa. That's the way that she acts. It's not like a big deal. The way that Monica is making it sound. But also Monica has had a different experience in life. So we have to take that in count that when it comes to judging somebody's like comment. I am on Lisa's side on this one for many reasons. I want to be honest with you guys. I mean, I'm very open with the way that I am. I mean, I'm not trying to be. I'm not like the nicest person on the planet. I'm a nice guy, whatever. But I do have an ugly, entitled side of myself. Like, for example, I want to share this with you guys just real quick so you kind of see why I kind of understand Lisa. I purchased this really, really expensive pair of shoes for BravoCon, and I'm having issues to get it because UPS or whatever shipping, whatever, is having issues to deliver to my house because I'm not home to sign it because it's too expensive of an item to be left at the door, right? I call the brand of the shoes, which is the red bottom shoes. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So I called them and I pretty much cussed them out on the phone while having UPS on the other side, and I was cussing them out too. So my husband said, like, you are acting a little too entitled. You're acting like you don't understand that the people on the other side of the phone they just doing their job, and they can do an override thing, especially with something that is expensive. Like, we will have to figure this out. and I'm frustrated, and my entitledness and my quote unquote privilege showed, and I have to step back and like take a moment and like put myself together, right? So I understand when kind of like when you have a some kind of like I don't know, privileged mind, that can come off wrong sometimes, right? And then after the whole thing, I explained to the people on the phone, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm yelling because I'm frustrated, but I'm not yelling at you. I just want this to be solved, right? I don't want to have to deal with like, the shipping company reshipping my package back, or I had to track it again because they can deliver it. So it's been quite frustrating, right? So I can see how Lisa feels like frustrated because she's paying this money to these people and she can use them, and the way that she feels. I understand it, and I can also see Monica's side. But to me also feels like Monica is projecting her, problems to Lisa, which is not right. I mean, we are watching a show where everybody on that show, I mean, not everyone has the same amount of money in the bank, but we assume that all these ladies have some kind of amount in the bank that they can afford some stuff that the regular American can't, right? So when Monica started to express that concern, like, "Oh, Lisa, you're part of the 1%," or "You, Lisa," I'm like, I get it, but this is not the show. This is the Real Housewife of Salt Lake City. This is not, you know, I don't know, Target housewives or Walmart shoppers, right? So that's the whole point. So maybe, I don't know, I will move to a different show. And also, Monica has to understand, just because she's going through that problem and financially she's not in that position, I mean, Lisa shouldn't be, policing her words or changing who she is because, oh my gosh, if I say that I purchased this dress, Monica's gonna feel in some kind of way. Which, by the way, is kind of funny because Monica was literally talking about she bought a Louis Vuitton handbag to have around these ladies to feel part of the group. So that shows to me that it's deeper than just the Lisa thing. I think she is wanting the same lifestyle. There is maybe a jealousy undertone, right? I don't know. I mean, I like Monica, I like Lisa, I like all the ladies on Salt Lake City. So I'm really happy that the show is moving forward with a lot of drama. And like I said before, I don't think Lisa should be apologizing or policing her words just to make Monica feel more comfortable around them. I don't think that's Lisa's job. And if I'm wrong, let me know, you guys. Leave in the comments on my Twitter, on my Instagram, because I want to know. I just simply don't believe that just because Lisa has more access to stuff, she needs to change who she is because Monica is around. That fight goes all the way to the bar, and and Meredith and what's her name, and Angie K are also fighting, and doesn't make any sense, uh, which I love. I mean, seeing Whitney fighting with Meredith in drag, and then seeing Monica fighting with NGK in drag, and it was a freaking shit show. I'm loving that. In the meantime, Mary is on a trip around the area, grabbing McDonald's, eating fish sandwich and French fries, and she's enjoying her life in it. That's the trip that I wish Bravo kind of did with Mary. That's when I know Mary is a great reality TV star, because she was by herself and she gave us so many funny moments in that little van while eating McDonald's. Oh my gosh, what a week. What a week. So, you guys, um, I'm going to read it from Mia Carlo New York before I leave. Mia Carla says 100% Lisa did nothing wrong. Monica is too sensitive about OPP, other people's property. Make wiser choices if she wants Lisa's lifestyle. Monica has to take accountability. Oh God, I can't even say that. Accountability for her path. Correct. That's how I feel too. I mean, we have different upbringings, we had different opportunities, and I understand that part. But if you are sitting next to somebody who already has that and they talk in some kind of way, if you feel less than, that's not up to them. It's up to you how you take that moment. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just take that as like, okay, maybe I need to work harder, or maybe I should mind my own business and enjoy the life that I have, because I'm pretty sure Monica's, access, it might not be nowhere near to Lisa's, but she might have some kind of comfortable, living. I mean, if she is in a housewife show, I mean, I'm not saying that means that she's rich, but she's not also broke, right? Okay, you guys, I'm going to say thank you as usual. Invite you guys to join my Twitter, my Instagram, my podcast, my YouTube channel, all the things of the things. Because, like I mentioned before, a lot of content is coming, a lot of Bravo Labs are coming on my show, BravoCon is coming. You don't want to miss any of that, okay? It's time for me to go because OC is about to start. Yes, it's about to start, the last episode of OC, and I'll be recapping that on Friday, plus any other Bravo news, including also the recap for Stolen Charm tomorrow. The show airing tomorrow. I'm gonna recap it on Friday with Orange County final episode, and we'll be talking about the fashion. I was gonna talk about the fashion tonight, but let's leave it up for Friday. Thank you guys for everything. I wanna see you guys rating my podcast. Leave a 5-star, 4-star, 3, 2, 1. I don't care. Just rate my podcast and subscribe, because there's more to come. And like I always say, besties, say it with me. Bye, besties.